Did you know about the religions spread around the world? Watch the video and guess the answers to the questions. Improve your knowledge with detailed information.
Question number 1.
Who is the protector of the universe according to Hinduism?
The answer is Vishnu. Hinduism is one of the most ancient religions in the world, today practiced by nearly 1 billion people in the world. Vishnu, in particular, was seen as a prominent figure in Hinduism for many generations because of his unique nature and reincarnations, and thus continues to be worshipped today. Vishnu symbolizes the preserver, the protector, and the sustainer of the world created by Brahma as well as the law of the Vedas. Compared to other deities, he was believed to have a very collected and benevolent nature with his central character as guardian, protector, and preserver of the world. Vishnu is portrayed with having blue skin and 4 arms, and is dressed with extensive jewelry, flower garlands, a wrapped skirt, and a large crown. In the 4 hands, Vishnu carries a conch shell, a chakra, a lotus flower, and a club-like mace. Vishnu is also believed to live in heaven known as Vaikuntha and float somewhere in the sky above the 7 heavens.
Question number 2.
Where is the main religious center of the Jews?
The answer is Jerusalem. Jerusalem is a city located in modern-day Israel and is considered by many to be one of the holiest places in the world. Jerusalem is a site of major significance for the 3 largest monotheistic religions, Judaism, Islam, and Christianity, and both Israel and Palestine have claimed Jerusalem as a capital city. Because of these strong, age-old associations, bloody conflicts to control the city and sites within it have been waged for thousands of years.
Question number 3.
What is the largest Buddhist temple in the world?
The answer is Borobudur Temple compounds. This famous Buddhist temple, dating from the 8th and 9th centuries, is located in central Java. It was built in 3 tiers, a pyramidal base with 5 concentric square terraces, the trunk of a cone with 3 circular platforms and, at the top, a monumental stupa. The walls and balustrades are decorated with fine low reliefs, covering a total surface area of 2,500 square meters. Around the circular platforms are 72 open-work stupas, each containing a statue of the Buddha. The monument was restored with UNESCO's help in the 1970s.
Question number 4.
Which river is considered by Hindus to have holy water?
The answer is the Ganga River. The Ganga River is most sacred in the Hindu tradition. It is understood as the personification of the goddess Ganga. Hindu belief holds that bathing in the river on certain occasions causes the forgiveness of transgressions and helps attain salvation. Many people believe that this will come from bathing in Ganga at any time. Hindus also believe life is incomplete without bathing in the Ganga at least once in their lifetime. People travel from distant places to immerse the ashes of relatives in the waters of the Ganga. This immersion also is believed to send the departed to moksha, ending the cycle of reincarnation. People carry sacred water from the Ganga that is sealed in copper pots after making the pilgrimage to Kashi. It is believed that drinking water from the Ganga with one's last breath will take the soul to heaven.
Question number 5.
What is the main holy book of Islam?
The answer is the Quran. The Quran is the holy book of the Islamic world. Collected over a 23-year period during the 7th century CE, the Quran is said to consist of Allah's revelations to the Prophet Muhammad, transmitted through the angel Gabriel. Those revelations were written down by scribes as Muhammad pronounced them during his ministry, and his followers continued to recite them after his death. At the behest of the Caliph Abu Bakr, the chapters and verses were collected into a book in 632 CE. That version of the book, written in Arabic, has been the holy book of Islam for over 13 centuries.
Question number 6.
In which city was baby Jesus born?
The answer is Bethlehem. Bethlehem is a Palestinian city in Israel's West Bank and a hub of Palestinian cultural and tourism industries. It is home to one of the largest Palestinian Christian communities in the Middle East. Bethlehem lies 6 miles south of Jerusalem, standing at an elevation of about 765 m above the sea, thus 30 m higher than Jerusalem. The city has great significance to the Christian religion as it is believed to be the birthplace of Jesus of Nazareth. The traditional site of Rachel's tomb, which is important in Judaism, lies at the city's outskirts. The Church of the Nativity, built by Saint Helena, mother of Constantine the Great, stands in the center of Bethlehem over a grotto or cave called the Holy Crypt, which according to Christian tradition, is the place where Jesus was born. This is perhaps the oldest existing Christian church in the world. A monastic center for centuries, nearby is the grotto where Saint Jerome, the Latin father and doctor of the church, is said to have spent 30 years of his life translating the scriptures into Latin.
Question number 7.
Who founded the Confucianism?
The answer is Confucius. Confucius was a Chinese philosopher, politician, and teacher whose message of knowledge, benevolence, loyalty, and virtue were the main guiding philosophy of China for thousands of years. An ancient Chinese text recorded the height of Confucius as 9 feet 6 inches tall. While that document may have exaggerated his physical size, there's no doubt that Confucius was a teacher and philosopher of tremendous stature. His ideals have become intrinsically entwined with the national identity of China and the civilization of East Asia.
Question number 8.
What is the indigenous religion of Japan?
The answer is Shinto. Shinto is the indigenous faith of the Japanese people and as old as Japan itself. It remains Japan's major religion alongside Buddhism. Shinto does not have a founder, nor does it have sacred scriptures like the sutras or the Bible. Propaganda and preaching are not common either, because Shinto is deeply rooted in the Japanese people and traditions. Shinto gods are called kami. They are sacred spirits which take the form of things and concepts important to life, such as wind, rain, mountains, trees, rivers, and fertility. Humans become kami after they die and are revered by their families as ancestral kami. The kami of extraordinary people are even enshrined at some shrines. The sun goddess Amaterasu is considered Shinto's most important kami.
Question number 9.
Who is the supreme god worshipped by the Vikings? The
answer is Odin. The Norse gods were separated into two main groups, the Aesir and the Vani, who at one point in their histories engaged in a fierce and bitter war. Odin was the king of the Aesir clan and known as the father of all gods. He was often depicted as a one-eyed, bearded old man wearing a hat and a cloak, who rode a flying eight-legged horse called Sleipnir. Odin was said to have slain the first being known as Ymir before carving up his dead body to help create the earth. Odin was one of the most powerful and revered of all the Norse gods and subsequently associated with several themes including wisdom, knowledge, healing, death and war. He also ruled over the Hall of the Slain known as Valhalla.
Question number 10.
Which is the only Hindu kingdom in the world?
The answer is Nepal. The Constitution of Nepal specifies that Nepal is a Hindu kingdom and that its monarch must be a Hindu. As a consequence, about 20% of the country's population, those citizens who aren't Hindu, is never represented by the king, who is a descendant of an 18th century Hindu warrior. Almost all Hindu festivals are observed as official national holidays, while holidays of the other religions in the country are hardly recognized by the state. However, ardent supporters of Nepal as a Hindu kingdom argue that this status stems from the country's history, and they point out the uniqueness of Nepal as the only Hindu kingdom in the world.